recording already. I can't even. John, I'm gonna chalk Jones.
Alright, ready?
Men's health magazines. What? Posing for men's health magazines.
God damn it, you're in my way this time. Oh, hell no.
Welcome back, dumpster divers, to the Talking Trash Show.
Episode 4, guys.
4.
Number 4. So, first, let's start off by saying we apologize.
Apologize.
Big apologize.
Sorry.
For the delay.
Lo siento.
And all.
That's how your people say it.
How do you say sorry in Korean?
I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah, okay.
Wow, because you don't know.
No, yeah, I know how to say it. I'm just
so
not
then say
gonna
it then.
No, I'm not going to say it.
Wow, you're a trash
All
bag.
right. Either way, hey guys, it's me, your boy, J Bear. We got Majestic over here,
Yeah, what's
Majestic
good?
Bryant, and we got Emperor Tim. Like we started off saying, we want to apologize for the delay in all our episodes of Talking Trash.
Big facts.
We've had a lot of issues come up, timing, equipment. It all
Women.
Oh,
at times it was
True
all
story.
over the place. It was very all over the place, but we're back on it and we're here to keep going.
You good?
What's going on here?
I have no idea. But anyways, guys,
man.
today we want to talk to you guys about a serious topic. Usually you guys know that we like to give you guys news, like what's hot, what's like hot in the streets, in the video world, you know what I'm saying? Like the virtual streets.
Okay.
The virtual streets. Come
The
on.
streets of the grid.
I guess you could say that.
Yeah, the Tron, you know. You
I
never
don't
seen
get it.
Tron? You never seen Tron? The grid?
No.
Oh, you some uncultured swines.
Uncultural.
Culture.
Anyways, guys, so this episode is going to be a little different. We want to talk about a very serious subject, and we're going to start off with this disclaimer, you know, that what we say in this episode is of our own opinions. And we treat each other with respect. We respect each other's opinions and viewpoints on certain issues and topics. And so we're pretty sure that some of us may disagree with what we say, or you might agree. You might be wanting to comment in the comment section, but all we ask is that you be civil and be respectful.
Yeah, leave it in the comment section because we actually do want to see what your opinions are.
Yeah. So the topic of this episode is in light of recent events, and it's very sad, and I feel like we really shouldn't have a discussion like this, but it happens. Unfortunately, there's been shootings that's been taking place like crazy the past few days. Mass shootings, basically terrorism on American soil, from people who are citizens and stuff like that. And it's very sad. So we want to take this opportunity to first say our condolences to those family and friends of the victims who lost their lives in these horrible and horrendous events. And it's something that no one should ever have to worry about or go through, and it really sucks, and it really, really sucks, and something needs to change, and it needs to happen soon. So we want to extend our condolences to you guys. But the topic of this episode that we want to talk about is in light of what the president had said recently, that video games are...
I think he was saying something how like we're kind of becoming desensitized to this type of violence because these younger kids are so exposed to violent video games, basically throwing the whole industry under the bus. That's the reason why.
Before we get into that topic, shout outs to my boy John, because he was using some hard, strong, very intelligent words. I didn't even understand what he said.
I'm not gonna lie, man.
But I respect it though.
Okay.
But yeah,
all right, yeah.
True story.
I thank you. Thank you,
I got
best
you.
friend.
I got you.
Thank you, best
Very,
friend.
very true story.
It's cool work, best friend.
Interesting.
Anyways, so the topic that we want to talk about is, are video games the cause of such violence? Are violent video games the cause of these violences, these horrendous crimes that are happening?
Yeah.
So, give your opinion down at the comment section below, and let us know what you think. And like we said, this is of our own opinions. So let's start this off. Who wants to go first?
Emperor.
Emperor. What do you feel about this?
I feel like it's kind of ridiculous to just scapegoat violent video games, saying that that's the reason why these mass shootings happen. Can it be a factor? Maybe. You know, like it is true. Video games are getting violent. It's crazy. I mean, it really started in the 90s with with Mortal Kombat and games like that. But games have been getting so realistic now. It's like, can it have an effect on people? Maybe. There've been a lot of reports, a lot of studies. Nothing concrete has really come out of it. So I think it's unfair to again, scapegoat violent video games. But like, there is something to be said, how these violent video games are so easily accessible. They're everywhere. Maybe they're kind of desensitizing these kids to, these acts of violence that, that might have something to do with it. But I'm not, going out there and saying that, we need to, get rid of violent video games. Just, that's not,
I kind of agree with you. I think that it's not really an issue of the video game itself, but rather the person who's playing the game. What type of background do they have? Are they coming from a household that's peaceful? Are they coming from a household that's, disruptive and abusive and stuff like that? We hear things about like people who abuse animals, and we always say like, if you're capable of abusing a dog or torturing an innocent animal, what care do you have for life? And I do agree that video games are not really the issue, but for people who already have these personal issues going on, video games could kind of desensitize them. In a certain sense. But like when we play games, we know it's a fantasy world. We know that it's fake, and we would never do something outside of the game that imitates the game, whether it's a violent or graphic in a sense. Like we wouldn't imitate something we do in Grand Theft Auto just because we saw it in a video game. We know better than that, but for some of these people, it's just they do it, and I feel like because of their own personal issues, it's just like, oh well, if I could do it here, then I could do it anywhere.
Yeah, no, like I definitely agree, because what's gonna happen after like y'all, people say like, oh, you know what, video games are the reason why that these things are happening. So what happens when you take that out? Then y'all all gonna blame, and then something happens again. What are you gonna blame? Movies? Y'all gonna say, oh, the movie industry is really what's messing up these people because it's too violent. Like you can't really say like, you can't really just attack one certain thing. Like, oh, you're gonna say video games? I mean, like legit, like we all have played Call of Duty. Like how like I started like in Black Ops 1.
I started with the like old Call of Duty, like on the PlayStation 2, and then like PlayStation 3 with Modern Warfare. And this also brings up an interesting point of this, which is very essential. These games have ratings for a reason. They tell you what's in it. Just like if you go to the movie theater, you see a rated R movie. Well, why is it rated R? Because it has intense language, intense violence, nudity, stuff like that. Well, the same thing is with games. Just read the back of the label. If it's something that you're not comfortable with, then don't do it.
Don't do it.
And another issue is that, younger kids are getting involved with these violent video games. Like, for example, like I remember when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, I saw the employee at GameStop warning the parent, like, hey, this game has this in it. It's rated mature. And the kid just looked at the mom or the grandmother and was like, yeah, I still want it. The kid was like 10 years old.
That's crazy.
And these are like, you really have to be careful because, they're still young. So it's just like, I don't know. But like, it's not entirely the video game's fault.
Can't be.
And a lot of these video games, they're creative outlets for people. Video games and movies, they're creative outlets. They're representations of people's artwork in a sense.
And like, here's the thing though, like you can't really blame video games because video games. There was also studies like I remember I saw some studies saying like that video games actually do help some people with stress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there was times where like it actually kind of had me like avoid like bad situations because I wanted to go home and play like my GameCube to play like Super Mario. Like I'm not gonna throw fireballs at people. You know what I'm saying? Like when the hell? Like I'm not gonna kill a turtle.
Yeah.
Like in real life, but like still though, like people like you're literally gonna accuse an industry that is just literally just like I guess in a way you're just controlling a remote and you're just watching the TV.
Yeah, it in reality it just comes down to the person behind. It's like if a person drinks alcohol and then they decide that they want to get behind a wheel despite people warning them that you shouldn't get behind the wheel. They get in a car accident, somebody gets hurt. Are you going to blame the whole alcohol industry or are you going to blame, the liquor industry and be like, oh, it's all Absolute's fault because they're the ones that served the vodka and stuff like that, Or are you going to blame the person who ignored all the warnings and decided to get behind the wheel?
That's like literally like legit like what you're bringing is literally like the best way of describing you attacking a certain like industry. Like you're saying like you could like all right, so if you're gonna say like there's been a lot of accidents, there's been a lot of deaths because of alcohol, but I haven't seen you guys say like, oh, you know what, the alcohol is the reason why we gotta ban it. So you're gonna try to start banning these violent content from a video game. Mm-hmm. So what's the difference?
It's an easy way out for people. Like instead of
taking responsibility,
I feel like studying why going deeper into that, it's a lot more complicated than being like, oh yeah, like it's violent video games. That's why teenagers are so violent because of video games.
Yeah,
it's just it's an easy way out.
Like the thing is, it's like I don't like the fact that people are blaming like people like at like that are older than us are blaming something that they're not taking their responsibility. Why is it that okay, like y'all saying like you guys are saying like, oh, you know what, gun control, like y'all don't want to like lose that gun control, but like,
and I don't think anybody's ever really saying stuff about like, hey, let's get rid of guns. I think the issue is just let's have better control over it. And like there's like I mentioned before, and I'll keep mentioning this over and over again, it is the individual, it is the person who is picking up the stuff. This person already has these intentions in mind. Mm-hmm. You just don't one day, like I'm not going to get up and be like, hey, you know what, I'm going to shoot Tim in the head.
Interesting.
No, true story.
But no, like
very specific.
No, but you see what I'm saying? Like you just don't wake up with that. There has to be something. There has to be a breaking point in someone, or there could be issues that are going on in their own personal life and stuff like that. We really shouldn't take those aspects out of the argument of why a person did what they did. Instead, like you said, people are just saying, hey, this person decided to shoot these people because of violent video games. It inclined them to do that way. No, that's not the case. There's probably other aspects in that person's life.
Yeah.
That maybe that person grew up with a very hateful upbringing that just looked at certain people a type of way. Stuff like that. It's just it's dumb, honestly.
It's crazy. Like how like you ever see those memes where like they always like compare like say for instance like a Club Penguin. Let's just say like for example they say Club Penguin. People who are playing Club Penguin are like people that are our age. Yeah, like versus kids who are on Call of Duty who tend to be for like people for our age, but it's like 8-year-olds. You know what I'm saying?
And think about it this way too. Like remember what I said with Grand Theft Auto. These are kids that they can't even buy that game themselves.
Yeah, they have to have a parent.
So you have to have someone over the age of 18 to buy that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or 17. Yeah. Over a certain age to buy that game for you. Now, me personally, if I was a parent you wouldn't see my 10-year-old kid playing Grand Theft Auto. I'm sorry, that's just, it's not a game that's meant for them.
Yeah.
They still have a lot more to learn, and it just depends on the attitude, the upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if my kid has a short temper and short fuse, you think I'm gonna let them like
Hell no.
play a video game like that? No, like,
Interesting.
you know. So it's just.
I mean, you gotta realize too, because like a lot of these kids. So you're really gonna like. It's like where I keep bringing to this point. Like Donald Trump is telling everyone that it's because of video games, but you really gonna literally blame video games when there's like kids literally doing Fortnite dances.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna shoot this guy. Like
Big
yeah,
facts.
this guy's definitely gonna be a shooter, 100%.
Misael.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be a shooter. Yeah, there's gonna be people who playing freaking the new freaking Animal Crossing. They're gonna be like, yeah, I'm trying to pay my rent, son. Yo, give me my money or else I'll shoot you out. You know what I'm saying?
And let's bring this out. You know, we always are quick, correction. The government's always quick to point out that it was because a person playing this video game on why that person decided to do something extremely violent. But yet the news outlets and media, they never want to focus on the good things that the video game industry has brought. How many communities have come together
100%.
for certain fan bases, certain games,
Yeah.
and like it really brought people together.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Like you have, for example, Animal Crossing. I've seen things with like Rocket League that people, they keep playing with the same person over and over again. They develop a friendship with someone who's thousands of miles away.
Dude, like there's a lot of examples for that. Like, you know, I mean, I know a lot of you people out there who've the 23 of you guys or 28 of you guys who actually watch us. Yeah,
Get it right.
no, but you know, some of them
We growing.
Sorry.
We growing. Spread the news.
Yeah.
Basura Club.
Yeah.
Take over.
Yeah.
2020, the rise of the Basura Gaming.
Yeah.
But anyways,
anyways, back to what.
but you know, a lot of people, you know, this is why we say like the gaming industry is bringing people together, because why, like, you know, there has to be at least one of you guys that has played MapleStory. Like legit MapleStory, like yo, when we first played MapleStory, Tim, like how many people have you met from?
My friends on MapleStory. Like I just randomly like out of nowhere, I would be like, damn, I wonder what my MapleStory friends are doing right now.
Exactly,
like,
like
okay, like, you get really close to them, and just people you would never have met if it wasn't for video games.
Because you know why? You're already engaging with someone who has a similar interest as you. Yeah. In something that you like. You know,
like even in those violent games too, to be honest, because y'all could be like talking mad trash. Talking trash. No. But you could like literally be like all of like you like, for example, when we play Smash Bros. Yeah. How often do we talk trash about each other?
Big facts.
A lot of profanity and racial threats.
Oh, great! You had to
bring that up, right?
A lot of racism is thrown in those.
Okay, like first of all, let's just mention this. Okay, this is towards each other. Okay, towards each other. So we're not doing it to anybody else. We know that we're friends and we're joking around with each other. So
jokes.
Yo, Tim is making it hot.
It's just making it worse. But so please don't take it in the wrong way. We love everybody.
I mean, if you notice, we're all different colors, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like a rainbow here.
That's a fact.
A rainbow.
A brown, peachy colored rainbow.
Oh, don't forget the yellow, man. Come on.
That's a fact.
Roy G. Biv, he's more brown than certain people.
That's true.
He may be Korean, but he's adopted Puerto Rican.
I thought he was Mexican.
Oh, yeah, that's him.
I am Mexican. Yo soy.
Yo soy. Yo soy. I like that. Hashtag yo soy. But for real though, like, you know, even times where like when I first met these guys, like I didn't even know Tim likes Splatoon, and when I found out he likes Splatoon, bro, I was like, yo, that is fire.
That's kind of like a niche kind of game. It's not that mainstream.
And here was the funny thing. Remember, this is what like really brought us together was I bought Splatoon, and I sent you guys individually, and then I started a group chat between the three of us.
That's what we're saying though. Like, you can't really blame something. Like, this is why we think like you're gonna like attack people who are in the video gaming industry because of the graphics. I understand, but like, you know, people, you know, there's not going to be people out there in the world that's going to be, oh, you know what, I'm going to go into the army. And there's some people, you know, like, rest in peace to the people who've been in, like, the army, and they, you know, they sacrificed their lives for this country and stuff like that. People are not going to see it. Like, those people who saw it, they're not going to tell their story. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag tell my story. But, like, you know, they're, like, you know, that's why, like, for, like, the video game industry, they want you to see, like, even history-wise. Yeah. It's also, like, bringing you guys, like, a history lesson.
True. Yeah.
Like, I know. Come on, raise y'all hands if y'all didn't fucking listen to, like, y'all didn't, like, follow your history teacher.
Oh, 100%. He was a chode.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, with the video game industry, y'all, like, you know what? Oh, wow, I never knew Hitler was a dick.
Oh, come on, that's like. I think that's a.
Damn, you big weren't paying attention in history.
No, he's just being a dickhead. That's why.
Oh,
apparently so. No, but I do agree. Like I said before, it's people's creative outlets. You know, but there are some people who take these creative outlets way too far.
Oh, of course.
There's games that come up, like indie games now that are coming up.
Yeah, their art styles are beautiful.
Yeah, the art styles, but then there's also a negative aspect of that. I remember there was one game that really caused a lot of controversy on Steam that was being released, and it involved basically sexually assaulting women and like.
Really?
Yeah, it was a narrative driven type, but it gave you certain choices like that.
Yeah,
and that's something like that's way too far.
Yeah.
You know, but then again, is that the video game industry itself or that individual person who made that game? You know, really, you gotta look at the backgrounds of certain things. Really take your research into certain things before you kind of just
start taking jabs.
Yeah,
like I also do want to say, like, you know, those people that say like video games are the cause of what's going on in the world. Why don't you just pick up a stick? Pick up the sticks, try it out. If you've never tried it, you can't say nothing about it.
Yeah,
you know, and it comes from, you know, not to, you know, categorize the whole thing, but it's usually from the older generation who, you know, don't really have experience with that kind of thing. You know, they see something like that, you know, they just don't understand it. They didn't grow up with it, you know. So
yeah,
that's 100% true.
Don't bash something that you don't understand or you don't know. That's really what it comes down to.
It's like how they try to, you know, say, "Oh, smartphone." Like, smartphones is one of the greatest, if not the greatest invention.
Yeah.
Well, it's just,
and
how are you going to do that?
With that category as well, it comes down to the person, because you have people who are completely addicted to their smartphone that they won't put it down, but then you have people who are
interesting. Very interesting you brought that up right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Anyways, but yeah, you have people who also use a smartphone for like really amazing things.
Yeah.
So it's like, is it the smartphone industry or is it you?
The people.
Exactly. Hashtag you.
Oh, and while we're on that, I've been seeing a lot of people, you know, with the whole mass shootings, blaming people and their mental illness. That ain't right. Stop blaming mental illness.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That.
Yo,
that
was nice, bro. I like you, bro.
You know
that got deep, and that's very true.
Yeah.
For people with mental illness too, like, you know, there's always help out there, and we should make help very easily accessible instead of a difficult process of getting. It's really dumb. There's a whole lot of things that, as a nation, that have to get fixed.
Oh, 100%.
And it's so out of balance. But hey,
yeah,
it is. Unfortunately, right now it is what it is. But as a whole, you guys can change it. You
make the difference.
Yeah.
Hashtag we stay till 12. Okay, that didn't make sense, but okay, I just wanted to be cool about it.
Interesting.
I made that hashtag.
Yeah, he did.
Anyways, so yeah, no, like you guys are all part of this, and let's, like I said, leave a comment down below. Give us your opinion. Just please be respectful, be civil, and, you know, respect each other's opinions and choices, because the Basura Gaming Club, we're not about creating differences.
Yeah.
We're about unity. We want everybody to be a dumpster diver and join this club. We want a big family with this.
Yeah, y'all all gonna be a sanitation squad, bro.
Exactly.
Sanitation squad.
The OG, man.
OG club. But yeah, like let us know. Like it's for us, it's gonna be like mad interesting, to be honest, because like to see in all the comments, we're gonna definitely reply to your comments, and you know we want to, you know, even if it's just in the comments, we'll probably have a little debate in the comments.
There's probably a lot of people that will disagree with these opinions.
And
it is what it is.
It is what it is. But we still respect you. We still love you.
But until then, guys, we'll holler at you guys in the next video, though. Deuces.
Oh, story. Shout out to someone. Oh, you guys gonna know. You guys gonna know. You guys gonna know.
Coming soon.
You gonna know. Oh, it's gonna be a big announcement coming soon. Oh yeah, yeah.
Wait, what's?
Oh, you already know. You know. You just.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
we'll
coming.
see you. We'll see you, boy.
Oh, it's big coming.
It's big coming.
We coming for you.
#deuces.